Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole. My pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on the traditional unceded territory of the Coast Salish Nations. And it is time for March 2021 budget reconciliation. I do this every month where I go through and in the EveryDollar app, not a huge Dave Ramsey follower. In fact, do a lot of things that he hates. But I really do enjoy the app and it works for me and my brain. But anyway, I plan and then I have my actual, so my planned column and my actual column, my received or spent. And to reconcile, I go ahead and I go through and I make sure that they match up. I actually take notes on a piece of paper so that I have a record of what I planned. But basically, the planned category is what tells you if it's an every dollar budget or not. So I go ahead and I change them and see what I'm left over with. Worst months are when this is in the negative, and I have to figure out a way to cover it. But this month I'm in the positive, and that is in large part because I received a small tax refund and I received the stimulus check. In addition to that, I was budgeting off of a generic number. I put 4,000 in here, but I actually budget off of the money that I received last month, and I basically just play this mind game with myself where I put this flat round number in, but I actually made a little bit more. So I have a little bit of wiggle room there too. So now that I've gone through and reconciled everything, I have $2,459.28 left to budget. So let's figure out what we're going to do with that. So just to quickly go over the good, the bad, the ugly. Honestly, this was a pretty regular month. I was just a little bit over in my 2% to art, just like $5 over. And I was a bit over in groceries. I actually was $69 over, but it was mostly because I had dental surgery and hadn't really prepared for the fact that I would need mush food and some ready-made food because I did not feel like cooking. But I was a little under in restaurants, a little over in household. I was a little under in Kittles, but I have recently made this a fund, so I go ahead and I just leave that money and let it roll over. I do that with the groceries too, but in household, but I was over, so there was nothing to roll over, and there was a little bit to cover. A little under in gas, so and a little over in fun. So nothing too exciting. Okay, so let's get into this. I was actually a little bit over in health because I got a prescription from the dentist. And so just for clarity, I'm going to go ahead and change that out. That is wrong. 36. Wait. 36. 32. So right now I have no weird negative. So let's go ahead and decide what I'm going to do. I had already planned 600 to go into cats. And I had a few things come out of that, so that's why it says 571. 166 into car, 166 into upcoming travel, and I was trying to push a little bit into this down payment category. I am gonna go ahead and add to some of these areas. So health, I would like to add $100 to, so I'm gonna make this 136.32. So now I've got $100 remaining in there. In the cat fund, I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to make this have 1,000 sitting in it. So the cat fund, man, it causes me a lot of anxiety. So I think if I do 103,109, yep, that will be 1,000 sitting in there. I felt like $1,900 to deal with. I love that. I just love it. It's just so soothing to know that I can put some money into these funds. I know that I want to put $500 into important stuff because I need to get a couch. I had a really beautiful couch that was free for the last 6 years, but it was really big and really uncomfortable. It was beautiful, but very non-functional. And I recently gave it away, so I've just been living with no couch for a while. And my goal would be it would be great to get one that was like $100 or free. But I'm really wanting something functional and comfortable. So that is why I'm going to allocate a bit of this money to that. And I want to put some in my down payment. I just want to feel like I am making progress. So I think I'm going to put, let me just check and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, I think I'm going to put 1,000. So that will be 1,070 into my down payment fund. That is not going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, even with this like windfall, it's just a fraction of a percent on a down payment on houses these days because the real estate situation is wild everywhere, but especially here. But it just feels good to know I'm making progress. If you were here at the beginning of 2020 and, I'm very thankful for the lack of drama that 2020 was for my life, but I had made a bit of headway and I ended up having to reallocate those funds to different, more pressing things. So it just feels good to make a little bit of headway there. And then with the rest of it, I'm going to put this towards car upkeep. So I'm going to go ahead and make that 0. That gives me 570.42. I'm actually having a small issue with my car. I do need to bring it in soon. I drive a 97 Legacy Outback Subaru, and it is a great car with pretty low mileage, but I do have to do a little bit of maintenance to it, and so it feels good to have a bit of money in there. And with that, it's an every dollar budget. So yeah, that's how I decided to allocate those extra windfall funds. I did decide to use them all for my own personal goals. And I think for me, that was the best decision for this moment in time. It feels good to make a little bit of progress. I hope that you're all having a great month. Let me know down below what you decided to do with either or both your stimulus and your refund if you got any. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.